Hello and welcome to episode 543 of Prog Review, and today it's a special one because I'm doing Peter Gabriel's Us and there's a reflection. It's going to be tricky. There we go. For today it's 25 years this very day, 27th of September. We marks, like I say, the 25th anniversary, and it's his sixth studio album. I remember I was there. It was preceded by a single, Digging in the Dirt. It was released on the 14th of September. I still have it. It's there. You see that blue box there? You see that? I still have it, and I bought that on the day of release. And the same with the record, day of the release. And for me, I'm going to cut to the chase. This is 5 Secret Worlds out of 5 immediately off the bat for me, and it's just my opinion, of course, because that's what opinions, it's all about opinions. For me, it's his best album. It's his finest work. It is where everything comes in. It's where everything, all his work is distilled and crystallized into this one album. How so, Darren? I love Peter Gabriel 3. I think that one's the best. Oh no, so's the best. That's fair enough. But with this album, you see him combining pop elements, from the I'm trying to do it. There's a brain fart. I'm waiting for it to pass because I'm doing this late at night because I only just realised it was the anniversary. It was world music. He brings in world music, from many different continents, because again, WOMAD was a big thing. That album there, feeds into it, and so we have an album where all these previous influences come together. And I just think it's a great record. Us, it's about relationships, it's about people, it's about all of us, it's about how we're together and how we're apart. And it just speaks to me. It speaks to my very core of my being. It talks to me, this album, and it's up there. It's one of my. It is one of. If I have to make a list, it makes it on that list. It's there. It's one of those top records. Opens with "Come Talk to Me," again a song written about a time of strife in his life where, I think he was appealing to his daughters. It's that plea of building bridges. We've all had it, and just come talk to me. It's a simple premise, a simple idea for a song, but the emotions and all that's involved in it seep through, and it's got bagpipes on it, for Christ's sake, and some amazing drumming. I mean, there are so many people that play on this. Of course, you have the obligatory Tony Levin, David Rose, Manu Katché, Dudu Nadia Rose. David Bottrell does the programming. Again, he's somebody you need to we need to talk about because he's a very good engineer. Daniel Lanois, Sinead O'Connor, William Orbit did some programming as well. Eno's there, Shankar on the old violin. There's a load of people on this record. Peter Hamill does backing vocals on Digging in the Dirt. Yeah, he also did backing vocals on Shock the Monkey, didn't he? So there we go. It opens with this fantastic track, and it's 7 minutes 6 seconds long, which it's the longest track on the album. The album itself is 57 minutes long, and it is long, and there are tracks on this that I think could be dropped, but what you're going to do about it. This takes us into Love to Be Loved, and it's just, again, a simple premise. It's about vulnerability. It's about the one basic need we all have, and that is to need to be needed. Again, who doesn't want to be needed? Who doesn't want to be loved? Who doesn't want to be the centre of somebody's world? Just love the song. I love it, and I love to sing it. Again, these songs I love to sing. And being a father, that feeling of being needed by someone is all the more valuable. again, I love the song. Blood of Eden, which is again about the relationship of man and woman. It's on a biblical scale, and there's lots of biblical image. Again, I blame his days at Charterhouse where they made him sing good Christian hymns. Onward Christian Soldiers, anyone? And it features Sinead O'Connor. Again, just on the, I'm a fan of Sinead O'Connor, and I feel very sorry for her through her various exploits. But you see her here, just complimenting Gabriel. You know, and again, it's another beautiful track, and there's a different mix of this. Was I think it's used in Wim Wenders' film to the End of the World or something, which is stripped back, and again, both versions are lovely. Then we come to Steam. I don't care for Steam. It's Sledgehammer Part 2, let's be honest. It's funky, but for me, it doesn't need to be on the album. It could have been one of those singles that never appeared on an album. But the video is interesting because if you watch the original video, it looks a bit shonky now. But back in the day, it was cutting edge, computer generated stuff. And I remember seeing the promo of that when it came out. There was a big brouhaha, new Peter Gabriel video, and that was the thing. Only Us, again, it's about relationships and arguments and intimacy, and you know, the intensity, the burn, that intense burn of relationships. Then we go gospel with Washing of the Water. I like it, but for me, I don't know, maybe it's just the way it sits on the album. It just feels a bit of an oddity. Maybe it needs to be, you know, towards the end. I don't know. Just think always where it comes in the track listing, it just little bump in the road. It just doesn't feel right, because then we hit Digging in the Dirt. Like I said, it was that first single. I remember there was a big brouhaha about the video being on the TV. I stayed up, I recorded it. You know, bought the single on the day of release. There's the box there. There it is. There. In fact, what I'll do is I'll get those singles out for you in a moment. We'll come to the end and we'll do that. We'll do an Us special. And for me, Digging in the Dirt is my utmost favourite Peter Gabriel song, because it speaks to me. You know, it's about the pain. It's the pain that you bury. You know, families can be cruel to each other. They can be loving. It's all done in the video. The torment of that father figure, again, combined with the video, it just unlocks certain parts of my psyche, and it makes me want to, you know, get back at that person. I'm talking about my dear departed father, of course. But you know, stay with me, I need support, and that is the line that gets me. And you know, the missus knows. She knows my vulnerabilities. She knows those dark corners and how these things hurt me. But it's all in that song. And I actually had the privilege of that song. I remember my dad, when I was back in 1993 or whatever it was, when I last had anything to do with him, we were driving in the car and I had this CD. I was playing it to him, trying to, you know, get the messages across, you know. And this song came on. And I'm sitting in the car and he's driving me, and it's like, you know, don't talk back, I know what you are. And it was like something out of a movie. And I'm sitting there and it's dark, and we're going to a petrol station to get petrol or something, and this song's playing, and I'm looking at him and his face reflected in the lights, and this song's playing. I'm thinking, fuck me, and I'm a crazy person. I get it, I'm crazy, but that song just means something to me. It means something to me. And the video is fantastic as well. It's got Francesca Gonshaw in it. She also appeared in Moonlight Shadow, Mike Oldfield. About 11 years between them, and she doesn't look like she's aged a bit, you know. Might remember her from Hello Hello. Who remembers that? Who remembers Good Moaning? We go into 14 Black Paintings, which is again, it's more of a tone poem. This one, it's we have, you know, it's ambient, but I think you've got the duduk and some. Again, I love it. It's fantastic, but feels a little bit out of place. Not sure it's in the right. You know, again, I'm sequencing. You know what I'm like. I'm a bit weird like that. leads us into Kiss That Frog, which is about a blowjob, isn't it? Come on, put it in your mouth. It might turn into a prince. Yeah, right. Okay. It's a dong song. I don't like it. I don't care for it much. Again, the video, first of its time, it even had its own fairground ride. You know, you could actually, there was a thing, and they did a special mix of the song with the video, and you could feel like, you know, I know you're bouncing up and down on Peter Gabriel's lap. Who'd have thunk it, eh? That'd be cool, wouldn't it? And then it ends with Secret World, the second longest song on the album, which is fantastic. Again, it talks about that. It's about that. It's about the burn of relationships again. It's about that world that you inhabit as a couple. You know, me and the missus, we've got our secret world. You know, it's the language, it's the signals, it's the stories. You know, it's things that have happened that only we know. You know, the looks, it's the body language, it's the scent. You know, it's just the knowing. It's that secret world of being so into someone. And I love the song, and I love the bass line when Tony Levin comes in and goes. Love that bass line. For me, it's the whole song, and it's a great live piece as well. I love it when they do live, and it ends the album perfectly. It's the perfect end to the album. But maybe, I don't know, Washing of the Water should have come before it, you know, and then because it had been up. So that is why I love this record. Slightly over long. Knock out Steam and Kiss That Frog, and I'd have been a lot happier, and it would have got it down to the 45-minute mark. You see, even I'm critical of albums I love. I can do that, but it is, you know, a fantastic record, and I think it's his best. It's his best. We'll have a look at the. Everyone's always gone on about these, and then you can see them. The single, Digging in the Dirt, came in a little box, which I can't get open. He says there's two versions of it, because of course you've got to have both versions, haven't you? That's there you go, and it opens up like that, which is nice, and you get this lovely CD. Look at that, with the artwork on. So, and yeah, there's some different tracks on that to the other CD that's in the collection, and that's the proper CD version of it, which has a quiet steam, which is much superior to the original version. Blood of Eden, there we go, which has special mix for Wim Wenders Until the End of the World. That one, which is Blood of Eden again. I think it's got some extra fold out art and booklets and that taken from the video, which is superb. Again, the videos are great. If you do pick up the Play DVD, as surround sound versions of all the songs that you don't hear anywhere else. Kiss That Frog. Kiss That Frog with a fancy paint with, it's got a thing that comes out. I ain't going to play about it, but look, you can send postcards to people. It's got Shaking That Tree and the Mind Blender version of Kiss That Frog as well. Steam, I've got the box version somewhere. There's a box version of it, but it don't fit on the shelf. And this is from the live album. It's the Secret World Live EP. So now you know what they are. Alright, happy now? Good. I can now point people in the direction of that. And of course, this album was backed up by the live album Secret World Live, which is alright if you like that kind of thing. Heavily doctored live material. But the most interesting one is this, and I'll do this properly one day. It's called Plus From Us, and it's all the stuff that you want to hear. It's got some interesting tracks. Tone Levin, Lone Bear, it's a stick thing. Peter Hammill, Oasis, Daniel Lanois, El Christopher, and probably the best track on it It's from David Rhodes, called Down by the River, which is absolutely sublime. I absolutely love it. It's the best song ever. And that's it. My name's been Darren Locke. I have been talking about Us because it is the 25th anniversary and it is the finest fucking album Peter Gabriel ever put out, and I love it. Okay, better do the thumbnail. That should do it. And thank you for watching. There's only one more thing to say, and that is don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to smash that like button, guys. And more importantly, prog on.